Yes, thanks. I'm quite comfortable.
Because all I've got to sleep on is a rag in the corner, you little rat.
You seem tense.
Tense? Oh, I'm way past tense.
Can I scratch your ears? I could rub your tummy.
How'd you like to rub it from the inside, mouse boy? Oh, I think I strayed.
Rob Minkoff co-directed The Lion King, so we had worked together on that.
I almost think that you could do this on top of either one.
But
And they give us a room. Me, they neuter. You're messing with the wrong cat, Chase Brett.
sometimes we just start bouncing ideas off each other or lines off each other.
What was the first thing you said before walking the wild side?
A rat and culottes? With cockroach in an evening gown? We could go on and on.
And then sometimes you might do a take where you just don't know what you're going to say. And something comes out that makes it suddenly funny.
And stay away from the windows. The other cats find out about this, I'm ruined.
Here he is displaced by a rodent. That's gotta hurt when you're a cat.
But an epic boat race in Central Park Pond changes all that. My heart still beats fast remembering that day.
They made a little Central Park place, and then they put a hole in a stage and they put water in it.
Stuart has a lot of things happen to him in the film. Where's Stuart?
Look out, sir!
Most of the problems actually derive from his size.
Stuart, you come back here this minute.
I can't!
Why not?
I don't know how!
Oh, Stuart!
Stuart's been really eager to do most of his own stunt work, which has been helpful to us because rarely do we have to bring in any kind of stunt mice. I think he's a fan of Jackie Chan's.
Bruce Willis brags about doing his own stunts, but we know that he doesn't really do the serious ones.
Stuart!
Stuart really does them all. We have a scene where Stuart's about to be sucked into a drain. Stuart insisted on doing it himself.
I do like the challenge of doing my own stunts. I even did the stunts that involved cats. It's true that working with cats you don't know can be unnerving. Anytime you're working with actual sharp teeth and claws and hunting instincts, well, let's just say it wasn't a huge challenge as an actor to show a bit of anxiety in those scenes. I'm not just a mouse. I'm also a member of this family. A mouse with a pet cat.
A mouse with a pet cat!
I guess that is pretty funny.
Pretty funny!
When we first brought the cats in to meet Stuart, of course, he was a little reluctant, him being a mouse and everything.
I'm gonna kill you!
So that first day was a little uneasy for everybody. The insurance company, they were there. Everybody was a little nervous.
Rob Minkoff is a swell director, an actor's director. Whenever my performance became a little flat, he could always find a way to get me animated again.
He was a bit like clay in my hands. And I'm still trying to get the clay off of my hands, actually.
This is a great collaborative effort. Probably a bigger collaboration than most of the films that you work on are, because it brings together animators, computer imaging specialists, and artists and technicians. All together, it's like this. There's hundreds of people making this movie.
First, they had to figure out how to use state-of-the-art computer graphics to allow me to shrink an inch, so I could play myself at a much younger age.
We're tackling two of the hardest applications of computer graphics, which is fur and clothing.
There's really no way to make a good version of Stuart Little until about 10 minutes ago. You know, to actually do a three-dimensional computer graphics character with fur that moves, with fur that adjusts, the ink is just drying.
It's creating something of whole cloth and creating a person, creating a character that's memorable. So we're creating a movie star.
You could do amazing things with visual effects these days. Hair implants being just the least of them. Hair is important to him. He likes to look his best.
The animators definitely look at their own faces. Stuart needs a high degree of sophistication in the face so that he can act, and the animators are going to really study their own faces pretty closely.
It's an odd thing, but if you take someone and tell them to draw a face with any kind of detail, turns out they draw themselves. Henry Anderson, who is the supervising animator, is going to be the guy to make sure that those characters maintain consistency.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of...
It's a little scary. Henry's kind of taken on some of Stuart's mannerisms. He likes to fantasize that he is Stuart.
George, time to get out.
Okay, Mom.
Stuart, you too.
Okay, Mom.
It was a favorite book of mine as a child. I loved the drawings, those drawings of Stuart. He was a wonderful writer, E.B. White.
Stuart Little was one of my favorite books as a child. And I think looking back, I was drawn to the benevolent world that Stuart lives in. If he goes into a coffee shop, people don't say, "Hey, there's a mouse in here." They say, "Sir, we'll put a teacup on the counter. You might make you more comfortable. You can sit that way."
Unlike a lot of directors, Rob really understands the visual imagery that you can do very quickly. So you can sketch up a lot of ideas, or you can talk about things on a visual level that he totally understands just from the roughest sketch or idea. It was very clear in the script that said the home was a special place and it existed for many generations. The trick was to make it feel like it had been there and that the city grew up around it, so we built big apartment buildings next to this little building. Through the movie magic, you'll see this big city surrounding our little house.
There's a lot of planning in a film like this. We have storyboards for every frame of film that's going to be shot. And we've spent months going over the storyboards and making sure every department knows what their responsibility is for that particular shot.
Wow. Roadster. In making this movie, I needed to relive all the heartaches and joys of the time right after the little family adopted me.
Stuart, what's wrong?
Nothing. It's the first time I've fit in since I got here. There's even a heart-wrenching moment when a mouse couple shows up at the door to announce they are my real parents. And they've come to claim me.
All actors draw on their well of pain, and Stuart is no different. He reaches into that pain bag on any given day and will pull out some extraordinary, life-shaping event.
To experience that again has been quite an emotional roller coaster for me, as an actor and as a mouse. It's darn hard to play yourself.
Howdy, partner.
We actors like to lose ourselves in our roles. It's the make-believe that we love. But to play things that actually happen in real life, well...
Stuart, everything all right in there?
Don't come in. That takes a little working out. How do I look?
Fantastic. I hardly recognize you.
Very smart.
And you look just like a Little.
I do? Whew, good.
Mr. Stuart Little's on set?
When you're my size, all movie production is potentially dangerous.
I do find myself, in a funny way, being sort of protective toward him off camera. Hey, don't put that down there, Stuart. You know, I'm always like...
Are you okay?
You also have a lot of very big grips who know that if Stuart gets stepped on, they don't have a job tomorrow.
You can't have any powerful fans or anything on the set either, because he tends to blow away a lot.
Your assistant, he was down seeing the cats, and he seems, he's asked all the cats to leave the stage. I don't know if that was a personal request of yours or not, but...